Hey, alright. Got the trusty webcam set up, ready to go. Show a little usage. This here be the tungsten electrode. Tungsten, which is impregnated with like 2% thorium radioactive. For better, I think it's conductivity or something. I was reading about different tungsten rods for welders, and they all have different properties for AC, DC, whatever. Pretty sure this is the thoriated. It had the red band when it came, and the ones you buy at that, thoriated. I didn't show this in my upgrade video, but this is the connector I ended up using. Basically, it's just two parts, but it gives me a quick disconnection, except it still allows like a fairly solid connection. I may want to cover that up eventually. I've already had it happen where I had some solder wire sitting on top of the unit here, and it touched when it did a pulse, and I was like, my piece didn't get welded at all, but I heard a poof, and yeah, it just snips the wire in two like butter. It's pretty cool. Anyway, here's my test piece that I've been using for some weird reason. I use my faithful Leatherman Micra. I've probably had it for about 20 years, but it's kind of cool, I think. A little battle wounds, not hurting it any. This side's still pretty clean. And what I do is different settings. I've tested the penetration on the inside, so I'll fold out the blades and look and see if there's been any of the coloration of the metal on the inside, and that way I can tell if I got penetration. I think at least that's the logic. Here I also laid some silver down on this sucker. I was gonna make a Y-E-E-T, yeet, but didn't get that far. I don't know if I want to really bother with that. It's kind of a pain in the ass, but hey, I got the Y down. It's definitely stuck on there. It's pretty cool that you can just fuse stainless steel and silver together like that. Anyway, without further ado, let's just put another couple spots in this sucker and see how it looks under the camera. This is first test on cam. Let's see what kind of angle I can get. So this would be a like that. Alright, well, let's see what that looks like. There we go, a new spot. Looks pretty solid. Didn't look. Isn't that loud? It's funny, you turn this thing down and you keep the micro tune up, and it has two tunes, two tuner knobs, coarse tune, micro tune. The micro, if you turn coarse down and keep micro up, you're gonna get a louder pop, and you're gonna get a smaller burn mark too. Bam! And it fired off some metal. I just saw sparks fly too. I don't know if the camera got that, but I just closed my eyes. So that's from 3 coarse, 9 micro, and it blew a chunk of metal out. And I think stainless melts at like 4,000 degrees Fahrenheit or something. So I mean, the cool thing about electricity, now it's just not even warm. Cool thing about electricity and welding on this kind of small scale is it just does a quick little blast that melts whatever it is. Doesn't really matter the temperature much. Melts it that fast, cools that fast, and you just gotta have things positioned perfect for the correct results though. Oh shit. Alright, that was a lot of molten metal flying around. Burning metal even, not just molten. So it's not just melting the metal, it's burning it. Talk about hot. And this is on the 3-9 setting. And the thing's pretty impressive on stainless though. Once you go on silver and stuff, and I'll show that later, silver is actually one of the hardest metals to weld. It turns out. I did not expect that. So, yeah, because I did a nice little bead across it. Oh, that's jagged, and this is on a low setting. Yet the stronger setting doesn't seem to result in a whole lot of it almost seems like when the micro tunes up, it's gonna go deep anyway. Let me shut this off. Another thing to note about these is I turn the switch off and it's gonna drain out of those capacitors for a while, but it holds a charge for quite a while. Boom. Could be unplugged. It's still gonna do one of those. Then it's discharged.